Beautiful. Changing the setting, is it already?
You
Boom.
got me eating a cigarette.
Enjoy the cigarette. Um, uh, yeah, Chris, here, this is interesting about this. Look, like with this, when there is a resonance with, like it was here with me, I had very strong panic attacks for a long period of time. And this body here resonated so strongly with what is wrong with your panic, with your fear, even though it's with your me and mine. I loved it. So this was in a way the melting of me and my fear. What is left is booming fear. And in midst
Yeah.
of this booming fear is nothing. There is no problem. This is kind of dissolving, you know? The emptiness, this boom is in a way going beyond every idea.
But see, that's a
Like,
story that's being told here still, and it seems to be the hiccup, the hindrance, or the veil. You know that there has been there because the story of Chris progressing and coming to know so much and letting go of so much, and and seeming to understand so much. Um, but that too hasn't fully been let go, I don't think, and so there's still this. It's so convincing, the story, that because I've seen so much improvement in my state of being
yeah,
and all this
cool.
shit, but and so, like, I
That's
mean, there's
nice.
kind of
Come
this
on, it's
there's this
nice.
point where, yeah, there's this point, yeah, it's nice, yeah. I mean, there's this point where it's like there's nothing needed anymore. I don't really need, and but
Yeah,
and there's still this wanting to be there. We're still thinking that there's still a lot of thinking that there's still an end, and
okay.
I think what was believed in, just weeks ago, was
Yeah,
that there was going to be an end. There was going to be a dropping of
yeah,
a self,
yeah.
and and so, I mean, it's so hard to let go of. That story's so beautiful, like,
Yeah,
and this whole idea that at one someday I'm going to be enlightened,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. There is something to come. This can't be it. There
But it's
is
such
something.
bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's such bullshit. There was never any enlightenment. It's pretty obvious now, but but there's somewhat of a sadness of it, seeing, maybe seeing that there's no enlightenment, there is really no end. There was never really a progress or anything, but that's so still hard to let go.
No, no need. You see, Chris, no need to let go. There is no need to do anything. It's already happening by itself. Doing is happening. So you see, it's just so direct. It's so brutally direct. It's unavoidable, unescapable. Like just blah blah here.
Yeah.
I cannot escape it. It's just coming out. There is no Rosa being able to change this. Or Chris, but of course we can normally speak Rosa, Chris, me and I am that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is fucking freedom. Believing in ideas and concept, that's it. Boom. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
this. Wanting, because hearing this non-dual beautiful message, watching those beautiful speakers, Jim Newman, Tony Parsons, thinking that they got it, even though they say that they haven't. Or it's
Yeah.
so beautiful. It's
That's what
so
makes it really
beautiful.
that's what makes it really convincing, and like, even when there was this story that like the week when I in the meeting, when I spoke, and there seemed to be some confirmation from everyone, and I could tell, like, it seemed, I guess there was this story that was being told that, oh, they think I've got somewhere, they think that I've made it somewhere, and then next week comes around, I get on the meeting next week, and then it's obvious that I did, and then there was like a noticing of a disappointment in everyone, and like, well, what? Yeah, it was so
Chris,
confusing.
isn't
Like,
it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Can you see it? Can you see that this is about nothing? It's really a
yeah,
joke. It's really a joke. It's really, this is a joke, Chris.
it's seen, but it's not lived, I guess. Yeah, there's just the
There,
body doesn't want to. The body doesn't want to acknowledge it,
there
Rosa.
is just an idea that this must be lived. What the fuck does this mean? You will cry still. You
Yeah,
will be happy and smile. You
yeah.
will go
That's
to the toilet. You will breathe. What are we talking about here, Chris? This
I
is
want the aliveness. I want the booming. I want the.
okay.
I want to look at a plant and think and see how amazing it fucking is. You know, like, yeah, just be able to stare at a plant for an hour. You know, how some people have talked about like how they can just see all the energy and aliveness of everything and the perfection of it, and but it just looks so fucking ordinary to me.
To me too. You are not alone. Fucking ordinary. Booming aliveness.
But if it's ordinary, there seems to still be something that wants to come in and say, well, let's make this not ordinary. Let's make this a little
Beautiful.
better.
Beautiful. Just this. Boom. Just this. And then maybe this idea, let's make it a little more exciting, more alive, more vivid. Maybe this idea is not anymore going to show up for no reason. And Chris is even not going to notice this. This is simply not going to pop
Yeah,
up.
it's not. It's
Chris
not.
is
Yeah.
going to watch again and saying, "Whoa, what an
Nothing.
ordinary thing." And then you're going to laugh about the people who are saying, "This is so vibrant. The walls are moving." Come on, Chris. There was the point, Chris. There was a point here where I could not. There was exactly like with you the idea. Oh wow, they got it. There is something to get. And then guess what? This thing was just like, what a bullshit.
What a
What
bullshit.
a bullshit. Let them talk. Why
Fuck
not?
it.
Hey, come on. This is freedom. They
What a
can tell a lot
bullshit.
of stories. This is just a story. Come on. You can take drugs and see that the walls are moving. No problem with this. You,
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm just in love with stories, Chris, because exactly because of this. Listening to people telling me that the walls are moving. It's cool, huh?
Yeah.
And the other one is talking about his beautiful glimpses. What a beauty. What a beautiful bullshit. Sorry, Chris. I'm very direct here. And I love it direct,
No, I
raw,
love it. I'm laughing because I love it. Yeah,
and I'm very
I'm in
authentic and
total
honest.
agreement.
I'm
I'm in
very,
total agreement.
very authentic and honest.
Yeah.
Totally. Who cares? Here's maybe also a rebel, at play. Where
Yeah, yeah.
when I hear enough of the bullshit, and when for me this is like, oh come on. And I don't give a shit what others are thinking about me. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are no others.
There's been a lot of caring still about what others think of me. Seems, yeah.
Yeah. This is it too. No need to change this, Chris. You see? Every idea is
Yeah,
beautiful.
there is no, yeah. I mean, it's allowed here. I mean, this feeling of like of the anxiety of what other people might think. You know, there doesn't seem to be much of a caring of it, but it's still allowed, and because I never did allow it.
Yeah.
You know, it was always suppressed. It was always covered up by this big
Yeah.
character or trying to be someone that I'm not. And you know, it was never just allowed to be there. Never allowed to be fully expressed. This anxiety of caring about what other people thought about this person, whoever this is. Um, so yeah,
And
I
now
think
there is
that's
simply there I can see Chris is simply opening more and more and more. You're so beautiful, like authentic, sharing emotions. This is beautiful. That's it. That's it. You see?
Yeah.
That's it. Very simple.
Yeah, it is simple.
And this is not better than the other, you know? Like Chris 10 years ago. It's exactly as beautiful as now. It's perfection. And this is not going to get better. No, it's the same. Always. It's what is. Always, Chris.
Hmm.
Yeah. So when you have the drive to watch another beautiful movie, YouTube non-duality, have a chat, that's it. Go for this. The idea I should take care more of my children or partner, or I don't know what is more important, just this. Beautiful idea. Who cares? It's just an idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful ideas, Chris. They come and go. So what?
So what? Yeah.
So what? Believing in the idea or not, that's it. So what?
There's not a problem. No. I mean, yeah, there's no problem with it.
In the directness of what is, there is just life. There is no Chris in this. So no matter what's popping up, that's it. Brutal love, unconditionally, what is.
Yeah.
It's just blah blah, of course. We don't need, here is no need to say anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems that, yeah, I can fall into that trap of this idea of it being brutal, even. It's brutal love. Yeah, like there's some value in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Chris
sure.
loves, Chris loves putting meaning on every word
Yes. Yeah.
and playing with this. What a beauty. I
Yeah.
guess this is maybe a very good tool at work, you know? You are able in a way to I don't know what, maybe this is very
Well,
useful at
yeah,
work.
well, yeah, that's well, because it seems though it's created progress. That's the
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So what to say,
but
Chris?
it reached but it seems like I've reached a point where there's no more progress. There's nothing. There was never any for. Yeah, that was all just the story. Yeah, but yeah,
So here simply, I can just tell you, I have no fucking clue, really. Here is nothing happened like, I don't know, dropping of a me, not dropping of a me, whatever this may be. He was just seeing what a bullshit.
yeah,
What a bullshit. And I
yeah,
don't, and then I simply noticed also that no idea which is popping up here, no matter what, it's not a problem, not at all. I, sadness may arise, Chris, full on. I can cry you a river. No
yeah.
problem. No
But
problem.
I think there's still a distinction between sadness and anxiety. I I can see the sadness, yeah, but
Anxiety. Okay, so anxiety. Um, so what? I mean, okay, here the panic attack stopped.
yeah,
It's not happening. But
but it
but you
doesn't
know
seem
the
like
problem with this.
anxiety would.
But it's not a problem with this. When this is coming up again, so what?
Yeah,
Here, you can go now. There is anxiety. Oh, maybe underlying, subconsciously, unconsciously, I'm thinking about the future. You know, worries about the future may cause anxiety. Let's keep it simple, Chris. Fucking anxiety, fear. So what? Here is no drive to go into any story, but there may pop up a story like anxiety, and then automatically there is a story. Oh, yeah, you know, and you can relate. Ah, now this is going on, and this and this. And when maybe I can stop this thought train thought, the anxiety will stop, you know? But this is not happening here. It's just full on anxiety, having a thought, and then this thought is simply collapsing. And then, oh, was there anxiety? Okay. You see, it's very fast. So everything I cannot entertain anymore those ideas, or it's simply not possible. It's very quick, very, very intensive, full on fear, full on fear. All ideas boom out as they boom out, innocently so, no choice in this. And then it's just, that's
I
it.
guess the story here is when I feel anxiety. There's this story that, well, you obviously haven't seen something yet.
Okay. So there is no you who can see anything.
Yeah,
That's the joke.
it
So,
is. Yeah, but that's the story.
yeah, beautiful. Nothing wrong with stories. Keep it simple. Stay with the anxiety. The story is always on top then. Much too complicated. Direct and simple, Chris.
There's also this, yeah, there's also the story of needing to work through that anxiety.
Yeah, beautiful. Then go for this. Work through the fear. Full on. Enjoy. Just staying with the fear, welcoming the fear. Beautiful. Nothing wrong with
I mean,
this.
that just returns it, yeah, returns it back to this. These stories just all seem to be interconnected. uh,
Which is also just a story.
yeah,
There is someone who is in a way able to see all those beautiful stories being interconnected. What a beauty. It's just one idea over the other. Idea, 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 idea. Empty, 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 empty. The first idea is not lighter or less loaded than the 10th idea. It's the same. I can say totally not necessary, but even this is just an idea. So no matter how this is running here, perfection. Let it run. Nothing wrong. So I can remember while talking about this, here was also the point when I got quite confused and it was very intense. So here, this is very open. So it was very, very intense. And there was confusion. And then it was a wow, what a beauty. Full on confusion. Boom, gone. No problem. No problem. You see, there is this allowance by no one, whatever this means now, it's just blah, blah, unfuckable. Totally. Go for this. Love your ideas. Love it. Enjoy it if you can. What's wrong with this? No
Nothing.
matter what, go for this. That's the freedom.
Yeah. Well,
Du musst keinem gefallen. This is just popping up in Germany, in German.
what's that?
Du musst keinem gefallen.
What's that mean?
I will try to repeat, even though it's already not necessary, you know, it's of non-interest. It doesn't matter. Um, you don't have to be attractive to someone else or to yourself, you know? You don't have to be loved by others or by yourself. No,
Yeah.
no. There is booming aliveness. You can hate other people or love them. It doesn't matter. They can hate you or love you. Who cares? This is life. It's not
Yeah.
about you. It's not about me.
Yeah,
This
that's
is the
apparent.
freedom, you know? This is the fucking freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really am in love with life. There is just love for whatever. I'm not going now into this story here. My last booming whatever, a lot of triggers popped up. Believe me, boy, I fucking enjoyed the show. Totally, totally, no escape. Crying and at the same time smiling and sharing, you know, also sharing, like crying, sharing, and then smiling. Yeah, this is freedom, you see? Yeah. So what?
No, your sharings are always beautiful, Rosa. I really appreciate you.
And
Um,
I love your openness, Chris. And as I said, I'm not able to compare anything, you know?
yeah.
I can only see the beauty in whatever is appearing or not. And then it's seen in this intensity, Chris. Then it's very intensive, everything, like it always is. Even if there is an idea, there is a thought whale, wailing life. This is just blah blah. No. And and in this
Yeah.
intensity, it's at the same time empty. Boom, empty. There is no
Yeah.
boom. And this is
Yeah. No one behind it. It's just blah blah.
yeah, it's with there is simply no Chris, no Rosa, you know. What to say? What to say? I cannot say it's with Chris over there the same. No, it's not, because there is simply no Chris there, you know. It's just life. It's just like here. This is the same. It's the body. It's this. You know, it's the table.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting how this is all play out. I mean, I would say just 3 or 4 weeks ago, there still seemed to be a sense that Sander had something I didn't, or Rosa had something I didn't, and I can't really say that anymore. There doesn't
Yeah,
seem to be
yeah,
this idea anymore that's really strong that Rosa knows something that I don't,
yeah,
or has
yeah,
something
yeah.
has something that I don't. And it's nice, like that's where that's been appreciated, because there seemed to be this separation between
Yeah.
this blooming friendship that was forming, but it wasn't on an equal footing,
Yeah.
seemed, because there
Yeah.
was still the story that Rosa has something that I don't, Sandra has something that I don't, so I don't
Yeah.
see really any teachers anymore. I don't see us,
Beautiful. No authority. There is no authority. There
yeah,
is no one who can know anything, Chris. This is really, it's just it's a joke.
yeah. Um, I still, it amazes me that someone can come to this just instantaneously, like it always just seems, it's always seemed here to just be seen in pieces, but
Yeah. So what are your beliefs still? Do you have any beliefs? Like there is still, like you started, there is still something I can get. There's still something missing, even though there is now an
well,
improvement.
I don't even know if I can call it a belief anymore, or any beliefs really. It's just old conditioning or old habits that
Mm, innocently
know
arising.
constantly arising. Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, Chris. You see? So, and yeah, and they will simply arise as long as and then they're gone. No problem with this. Why not? Come,
yeah,
guys, come in. And that's it.
yeah. Even the thought or the sense that I don't have it is still just this, still just happening in the same. Yeah,
I really, really, there was the point when I was like, oh my gosh, what a beautiful bullshit. All those concept, the ideas the others are sharing, and you believe in them, you know? Wow,
yeah.
impossible, impossible.
Well, I think it's, I mean, I want to say that I feel like it feels like everything that has happened to this point was needed. Um, you know,
Boom. Of course not.
um,
It's always like this, Chris.
but yeah,
It's always booming aliveness. Nothing is needed for this to be this 10 years ago, 20 years ago. What, like, it's so perfect already.
I guess the belief that's still there is the linear path. This
Yeah.
was a
What is between time? The linear path is time, right? The sense of time. It's going somewhere. It's coming from somewhere, it's going somewhere. What is between this linear sense of time?
this
When you
so
drop this idea of this linear, it's
it's nowhere. It's just this.
it's a beautiful idea going boom,
Yeah,
disappear.
yeah.
So love your ideas to death. I always say to me, I love my triggers to death.
Love the belief in
Still do,
time.
still do, still do. I just playing and automatically out. I love it. I love it. I had an how is it called when you apply for a new job? You have an interview.
Yeah.
I had an interview, and I noticed when I was handing out the papers, like the fingers were shivering.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know, a lot of excitement. Oh, a lot of excitement, but I loved it. This is booming aliveness
Are you
because
really good?
I've been for 20 years now in this job. So this was for me in a way new. And
Yeah.
you won't believe it, Chris. It's just an example. I fucking love the show. Just the excitement, the exchange, I was with Emmanuel. This was like, oh, it was so cool. It was just like I couldn't believe what things came out here. even though such a nervousness, normally you would think, well, I maybe not being able to say anything, you know. This was
Yeah.
kind of boom, 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 boom.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, like
what
I
a
actually
show.
I did the same with my interview too. I mean, I was so pleasantly surprised at how well I did. And they
Yeah,
called me back. They called me back instantly and wanted to do another interview with more people. So
cool. You see?
uh, I did
So,
enjoy it.
so
Yeah,
beautiful.
I would, but it just kind of came out free flowing and not really any thought about what was being said, but it was just
Yeah.
instantaneously arising.
Totally like a flow thing. The question is
Yeah,
coming, boom, out. But not really thinking about this, boom, boom, boom. I just, okay, because there are things which are not that intelligent to say in an interview. So for me,
yeah,
it's maybe
there was
important.
still they were still thinking, yeah, about like, don't say this, don't say this,
Yeah.
don't.
And
Because
I knew it. I just checked it out in the beginning before going. So this is my list, no go. And
yeah,
then let's see what's going to happen, you know. And no matter how the cookie crumbles, it's perfection because
yeah,
it is, you know. And this is the freedom, Chris. You cannot go right or wrong. There's simply no Chris having any say in the matter. This is the freedom. You see, this is the free fall. And of course it's scary. Of course you don't know. You will never know. There may be the idea that I know and I control the show. What a beauty. Empty already.
yeah.
Yeah. So what? Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good place to end it here, Rosa. I'm gonna
Okay.
get back to work here.
Okay, Chris. So, thanks for this beautiful exchange. I loved it. And
Yeah,
I will stop. Let me stop